now when you look at this and you see, around the world, when people think about Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, and you're the founder of it, and when we think about being a founder of something that, tied to funding, starting Hezbollah, tied to supporting Houthis, tied to jihad, tied to, we can go so many different places. Like the average person goes to a place of saying, this start of this organization, 1979, right after the revolution in February, 3 months later with, you and Khomeini, potentially it could be the cost of millions of people's lives. That's, the average person says, that's what happened. For you, what is the backstory to you and Khomeini starting IRGC?
First of all, this IRGC is a monster. And when I look at it, it looks like that you have a child, and when he or she grows up, become a killer, a murderer, or a thug, and somebody that you didn't expect it. IRGC idea actually was the idea of making a people army, like the army of Switzerland, or Israel, or National Guard in the US. And it started from the days in Neufchâteau, Paris, France. About 110 days Khomeini was over there, and I was one of the member of his staff over there. At those days, we thought that we will have a long battle with regime of Shah, and especially US, who backed Shah.
What year is that? 77, 78?
78.
78, okay.
Yeah, the autumn of fall of 78, from October to January, that 2nd of February, that Khomeini were over there. I joined him after a week, and I was one of the members of the team of the press, because he had more than 200 interviews during those days, and some other jobs that I did in that house. But on those days, we thought that we will have a long battle with regime of Shah, like Vietnam War or Algeria. So, and we had no understanding of civil resistance, peaceful resistance. Although Islamic revolution succeeded with civil resistance tactics like strikes, like demonstrations, peaceful demonstrations, like giving flour to the soldiers in the streets. But we thought that, okay, we should mobilize the people for a long battle. But after victory of revolution, nobody expected, by the way, that just in 3 months, Shah will leave Iran and the revolution succeeds.
What do you think was a tipping point for you guys succeeding? What was it Cinema Rex? What was the tipping point?
The tipping point was those huge demonstration of the people in Tehran and other cities, more than 1.5 million. On those days, we claimed 2.5 million out of 4 million population of Tehran. Came to the streets on Tasua and Ashura, 2 holidays, Shia holidays, and very peacefully people said that, okay, we don't want Shah. And we said, okay, that's a referendum. Everybody says that we don't want him. And right after the day of victory, I mean, because at the last scene, last days of fighting with regime of Shah, 2 days, people attacked to garrisons, to police stations, took the guns, and the day after victory of revolution, everybody had gone, and the first priority for the country was how to keep it safe. For this reason, the idea of a people army for fighting with regime was converted to making a people army First of all, to secure the country, collect the weapons from the hands of the people. Second, to
take the guns away from the people.
From the
because during the
people.
Shah, people had guns. After
No. The people attacked to garrisons. It was prohibited during the Shah, like right now in Iran. It's not like the U.S.
Second Amendment does not exist in Iran.
No,
Right.
there is no Second Amendment.
So who are you guys trying to take weapons away from? The soldiers that were under the Shah's military, or
the soldiers were in garrisons. No, the ordinary people, even the old women, old men. There were some ridiculous scenes. You could see an old woman that taking a machine gun with lots of bullets, taking out of a garrison.
Why did you guys want to take the weapons away from citizens?
Because, first of all, we had no idea that we can make it legalized like the U.S. Second, the security of the country. There were lots of, because police was absent. They went to their houses, and it took time that bring them back to their duties. And many of the thug people, many of the armed groups, many of the guerrilla groups, communists.
Like Two-Day Party?
Fadayan Party, Fadayan majority, minority. There were some Maoists and some separatists. Everybody had gone and...
But you guys chose to take it away from everybody. So it doesn't matter whether you were from a group or not. No. Let's get the guns away from people.
Yeah, from the people. And make the country secure. And second idea was to defend the country if we will be under attack by a foreign country. And those days we thought that the U.S. will attack to Iran. We were wrong. But a year and a half later, Saddam Hussein from Iraq invaded Iran. And that idea worked, mobilizing the people, sending to war fronts to help the classic army of Iran to defend the country. And the third idea was if we have two armed forces, then there will be there will not be the danger of military coup against the new board regime. Why? Because we had the bitter experience of coup against nationalist government of Dr. Mossadegh in 1953. Because we knew that as soon as possible we should rebuild the army and keep it for the country, to defend the country. But at the same time, we thought that we will be in danger if we don't have, any idea how to prevent any coup. Anyway, these three ideas altogether ended to write a charter. I was one of the writers of the charter. And a provisional board of commanders were elected by the government of Bazargan, provisional government of Bazargan, and the Council of Revolution that acted on those days like the Parliament of Iran. They allocated about $2 million as the first budget. And
this is for IRGC?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, to start IRGC. I was with the Guard only 3 months. Because in that 3 months, first of all, I thought that, okay, it has been established. And second, I found out that I don't like these types of jobs. I was not a man of military and intelligence.
It was more journalism for you.
Yeah. So I left the Guard after 3 months on May 1979, and I went to National Radio and Television of Iran, the job that I liked that. And after a while, I became head of National Radio of Iran.
Is that kind of like VOA? Not VOA, but NPR? Would that be comparable to NPR in the U.S.?
No, that's governmental. I mean that it's owned by the government.
Yours wasn't owned by the government, or you were working with somebody that was owned by the government?
No. The National Radio and Television of Iran during the Shah was the exclusive TV and radio station that owned by the government, like right now. Right now, IRIB, Islamic Republic broadcast of Iran, this is an exclusive state-run National Radio and Television of Iran. So nobody is permitted to have an independent TV station.
Yeah. So you're there, and technically you would be, while you're there and you guys are creating IRGC, how much time are you spending with Khomeini?
With Khomeini during those days in Nufl Chateau, 110 days totally, I was with him. Totally, I can say in that house, about 20 other people working in different jobs.
Who were some of the higher ups in the room that later on became leaders? Who were some of the people in the room with you and Khomeini?
First of all, Dr. Yazdi, Ibrahim Yazdi. Okay. Ibrahim Yazdi was a pharmacologist, a professor of Baylor University, and one of the founders of LMI, Liberation Movement of Iran Abroad, the political party of Bazargan. It was founded in 1960s. But out of Iran, there were three prominent figures for LMI: Yazdi, Sadegh Qutbzadeh, and Mustafa Chamran. Mustafa Chamran was in Lebanon in those days. He founded Harakatul Mahroumin with Musa Sadr and Amal Afwaj Muqawamat Lubnaniya, the armed force of Harakatul Mahroumin. Qutbzadeh lived in France, and Yazdi lived in Houston, Texas. Actually, that was I was a member of LMI, besides to Muslim Student Association.
With Ibrahim Yazdi?
Yeah.
Got it.
LMI was a secret organization because in Iran it was illegal. And we had about totally in the US and in Europe, maybe 20 members at most. And when Yazdi, actually, that was Ibrahim Yazdi who brought Khomeini to Paris from Najaf. When Saddam Hussein forced him that you should leave Iraq, you can't stay here and invite the people against Shah, because Saddam actually signed a peace agreement with Shah in 1975, and so you should leave. And that was Yazdi who joined him and helped him to come to Paris, a free country, to France. And when they reached over there, he called me. I was studying in Chicago, Illinois, and told me that, Mohsen, we have brought the Ayatollah here, and we need you. I remember it was 4 o'clock in the afternoon in Chicago. I borrowed $250 from one of the Iranian doctors and bought a ticket. On those days was only $200, and to Chicago. And 8 o'clock at night, I was in the plane, and the day after, I was in France, and I joined the team. Yazdi later became the foreign minister of Iran, and Qutbzadeh was over there too. He became foreign minister of Iran as well, but he was executed by the order of Khomeini.
This is who?
Sadegh Qutbzadeh.
Qutbzadeh. So he was executed by Khomeini. So
yeah.
Who else was in that room with 20 people? Was Qassem Soleimani a player yet or not yet?
No. Qassem Soleimani, maybe later during the war between Iran and Iraq.
That's when he became a figure.
Yeah.
Rafsanjani, is he in the room or no?
No, Rafsanjani was in Iran.
Okay.
But he was a key figure for Khomeini. He was almost, amongst the clergy, he was almost the closest person to Khomeini.
Rafsanjani was the closest person to Khomeini.
Yeah, in Iran. And later, during the revolution and after victory, he was famous that amongst Khomeini's friends that he is the favorite of Khomeini, and whatever he says to Khomeini doesn't listen and doesn't say no.
Okay. Nowadays, more than ever, the brand you wear reflects and represents who you are. So for us, if you wear a Future Looks Bright hat or a Valuetainment gear, you're telling the world, I'm optimistic. I'm excited about what's going to be happening, but you're a free thinker. You question things. You like debate. And by the way, last year, 120,000 people got a piece of Future Looks Bright gear with Valuetainment. We have so many new things. The cufflinks are here. New Future Looks Bright. This is my favorite, the green one. Just yesterday, somebody placed an order for 100 of these. If you watch the PBD podcast, you got a bunch to choose from. White ones, black ones. If you smoke cigars and you come to our cigar lounge, we have this high quality lighter cutter and a holder for the cigars. We got sweaters with the Valuetainment logo on it. We got mugs. We got a bunch of different things. But if you believe the future looks bright, if you follow our content and what we represent with Valuetainment, with PBD Podcast, go to vtmerch.com. And by the way, if you order right now, there's going to be a special VT gift inside just for you. So again, go to vtmerch.com, place your order, tell the world that you believe the future looks bright. If you enjoyed this video, you want to watch more videos like this, click here. And if you want to watch the entire podcast, click here.